Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Sheldon, and this is another episode of Behind the Enthusiast. Today, we are taking a look at the 2022 Harley-Davidson Grand American Touring model lineup. There's a lot to get through, so let's get into it. The Road King. This is going to be packing the 107 Milwaukee 8 engine for $23,999 with a surcharge of $800. Now, this is going to include ABS, security, and cruise control, all wrapped up in vivid black. If you guys want the RDRS system, that is going to cost an extra $995, which is the Rider Safety Enhancement System. Now, the additional colors that we have are Midnight Crimson for an additional $600, Gauntlet Gray Metallic with Vivid Black for $1,100, and that is it. The update for the bike is the transmission dipstick is changed from the cast zinc to the composite material, and overall the Road King looks pretty nice this year. It's very simple. They haven't really changed a whole lot on it, and basically they're maintaining that classic nostalgic look. So hopefully the information that I've listed for you guys helps you out in deciding whether or not the Road King 107 is right for you. The Road King Special, coming in at $27,999, you will have to pay an $800 surcharge for the base model Vivid Black. Now, this will include ABS, security, and cruise control, and in addition to those, you will also get the RDRS system as well. Now, the optional colors you have are Midnight Crimson, which is an additional $650, and even though it doesn't list it on the Canadian website, I have heard that you can order Mineral Green Denim. However, I don't know how much that will cost, but I did ask a sales rep and they said, yes, you can order it. We have one on order. However, the Canadian website, again, it's not super accurate, so I am finding some discrepancies in it, and that is one of them. Now, the Road King Special is coming with a 114 engine compared to the base Road King. However, aside from that engine difference, I'm a little bit disappointed, and this is literally the only thing that I'm disappointed in, is the lackluster tank badge. There's nothing to differentiate between the 107 and the 114. And so it would have been really nice if Harley made a slightly different tank badge just to differentiate between the two different models. Now, aside from that, we have the updated transmission dipstick, which is switched over from the cast zinc to the composite material. And other than that, the Road King Special is pretty much the same. The only thing that I like for this year, I believe, is what they actually added, which is the RDRS system, which helps you out in the rain and rough conditions, hard braking, cornering, ABS, that sort of thing. So there's really nice features on this bike. So hopefully what I've listed for you guys will help you guys figure out if this bike is right for you. The Electra Glide Standard. This is going to be packing the 107 engine in it. However, I couldn't get a lot of details on it because the Canadian website doesn't even list this bike. If you go to the American website, all the details are there. However, it's all in American, so I can't tell you guys the Canadian price, what the surcharge is. Probably going to be $800, my assumption. However, you can order it. Again, I spoke to a sales rep. He said, yep, shouldn't have any problem ordering one of those. So this model does come with ABS, security, and cruise control, and you would have to add the RDRS system to it for an additional fee. It comes in Vivid Black only, and the transmission dipstick has also been updated from the cast zinc to the composite material. Now, the one thing to note, because this is a standard, it is the base model for getting into the touring lineup, essentially. You could go with a street glide or a road glide if you wanted to, but the Electra Glide Standard is basically a blank canvas. It doesn't have a radio or anything on it. So this is kind of an ideal bike to build upon. It's something where you get it relatively cheap, and if you don't care about radio or any fancy stuff on it, this is a pretty good bike. And I have heard of some people buying these bikes because they are so stripped down that you can actually turn these into stunt bikes. Not that I'm condoning, doing stunts on motorcycles, but if you're doing it in, a safe area, you're doing it for a show or whatever, this is actually a good option for that. Or beginner riders who are wanting to get into their first touring model, this is a pretty good option for that as well. So I know I didn't get all the details because I'm basing all this information off the Canadian website, but hopefully what I have told you guys will help you guys figure out if this bike is right for you. The Street Glide with a 107, $26,999 with a surcharge of $800. Now, this will include ABS, security, cruise control, and a premier radio. Now, the RDRS system is going to cost you an additional $995, and this package is all based on the Vivid Black. Now, your additional color options are White Sand Pearl for $650 and Midnight Crimson, again, for $650. The transmission dipstick has been updated from that cast zinc to the composite material, and that is it. Not a whole lot of details to go over, but hopefully what I've told you guys will help you guys figure out if this bike is right for you. The Street Glide Special with a 114. Price $33,599 with a whopping $1,100 surcharge. Now, this does include ABS, RDRS, security, cruise control, and a premier radio. Now, the Street Glide Special, if I'm correct, based on this information from the website, this model actually has the most color options. Now, for the first one, you have the chrome finish. You're going to have Vivid Black. You're also going to have Black Denim for an additional $650. You're also going to have that returning CVO color, remember, don't tell anybody, of Gunship Gray for an additional $650, and White Sand Pearl. Now, the two-tone paint that they offer is Midnight Crimson and Vivid Black for an additional $1,200. Now, moving into the second option, which is the black finish, so instead of all those pieces that are in chrome, everything has been blacked out on the bike. Vivid Black, even though it is the base, because everything is blacked out, it's going to be an extra $1,200. Now, Gunship Gray, I love that color. It is going to be $1,850. So again, that's $1,200 plus the $650 for the paint. So that's kind of the breakdown of how that works. Now, here is a really nice color. You guys are going to get Redline Red for the same price, $1,850. White Sand Pearl is going to cost the same as well. And the two-tone paint of Midnight Crimson and Vivid Black is going to cost $2,400. Now, I know that saying that number, it makes it sound like a lot of money, but you have to keep in mind that this is based on blacking out all the features of the bike for $1,200, and then adding on the Midnight Crimson and Vivid Black for $1,200. So when you actually break it down, it's not a lot of money, but when you look at the grand total, it does seem like a lot. Now, the transmission dipstick is updated as well, cast zinc to the composite material, and that is it for that really long list of color options. Now, Street Glide Special, again, it comes with a 114 and a lot of options for you guys, whether you want chrome, do you want to black out the bike, do you want Gunship Gray, do you want Redline Red. Realistically, pretty much every single option under the sun for you guys to choose from. So hopefully this information helps you guys on choosing whether or not this bike is right for you. Next up is the Ultra Limited. Again, this thing is packing a 114 Milwaukee 8 engine and will cost you $34,999 with a surcharge of $1,100. This will include ABS, RDRS, security, cruise control, and the premier radio, and this is all going to be based on the Vivid Black color. Now, again, very much like the Street Glide Special. You're going to have chrome finish and black finish, and the optional colors are going to be starting off with the Gauntlet Gray Metallic for an additional $700 on the chrome finish, the Midnight Crimson with Vivid Black for $1,300, and one of my favorite colors, Reef Blue combined with Vivid Black for an additional $1,300 as well. If I had to choose, I already know which one I'd go with, but we're not done yet. We also have the black finish to discuss, which in Vivid Black is going to cost you an additional $2,400. Why is it so much? Well, this is the Ultra Limited. You actually have a tour pack, you have lowers, you have a lot more bike to actually paint. So that's the reason why the paint is so much more money. Now, Gunship Gray is going to cost you an additional $3,100. Again, this is based on blacking the bike out, all the extra components that you have to paint. So when you break it down, it's not a lot of money, but again, grand total, it does look like a lot. Now, Midnight Crimson and Vivid Black is going to cost you an additional $3,700. And again, my favorite color, Reef Blue combined with Vivid Black, $3,700 on top of that base price. Now, this is a great option for someone who wants to go all out, take a passenger, and just basically pack your saddlebags, your tour pack, have a great sound system, protection from the wind. Basically, you're going to have everything on this bike. This is probably the most luxurious cruiser around. Well, I shouldn't say cruiser because this is the Grand American Touring, but when I say cruiser, I mean cruising, literally just laid back, cruising around with not a single worry. And of course, the transmission dipstick is updated from the cast zinc to the composite material. And that is it for the Ultra Limited with the 114. Remember, this is the Grand American Touring bike. So again, you have a lot on this bike because it is meant to be the one that you go on for really long rides. So if you're just starting out, this is definitely not a bike that you want to start with. This is something that you want to build up to. So hopefully this information helps you guys figure out whether or not this bike is right for you. The Road Glide with a 107 Milwaukee 8. Price $26,999 with an additional $800 surcharge. This will be in Vivid Black, and the included options are ABS, security, cruise control, and Premier Radio. Now, if you want to add the RDRS, the Reflexive Defensive Rider System, fancy term, that's why they have an acronym, an additional $995. Now, if you want a different color, the first option is Reef Blue, my second favorite color this year, for an additional $650. If you don't like blue, you can always get White Sand Pearl for the same price. Now, the transmission dipstick has been updated from the cast zinc to the composite material, and that is pretty much it. Not a whole lot of updates to the Road Glide 107 this year, but still another great option, and hopefully this information that I provided you guys with will help you guys figure out if this bike is right for you. The Road Glide Special with a 114 and the price $33,599 and that surcharge $1,100. Now, the bike is going to come with ABS, RDRS, security, cruise control, and Premier Radio. And much like the other models in the special lineup, this is going to be offered in the chrome trim and the black trim. Now, in chrome, you can get Vivid Black. You can also get Black Denim for an additional $650. You can get Gunship Gray for an additional $650 as well. And White Sand Pearl. Again, same price. However, if you want one of my favorite colors, Reef Blue with Vivid Black, that is going to cost you an additional $1,200. Now, moving into the black trim, you are going to pay an additional $1,200 for that on just the base Vivid Black. Moving up to the additional option colors, you have Gunship Gray for an additional $1,850. Redline Red, spicy color this year, $1,850 as well. White Sand Pearl, again, same price. And you guessed it, Reef Blue and Vivid Black for $2,400. Now, the transmission dipstick has been updated from the cast zinc to the composite material. Oh, and that list is completed as well. Now, you guys keep in mind that the Road Glide Special and the Street Glide Special, the main difference for these bikes are going to be the fairings. The Road Glide has a fixed fairing, it's fixed to the frame, so your handlebars, when you move, nothing else moves, as opposed to the Street Glide, the fairing is mounted in with the, the forks. So when you're moving your handlebars and your forks are turning and the wheels turning, so is your fairing. So depending on which one you want, base it off of that. And if you can go for a test ride, that will also help you guys figure out which one of these bikes is right for you. Last but not least, the Road Glide Limited costs $34,299 with the pesky surcharge of $1,100. Again, this is going to be packing the 114 Milwaukee 8 engine and is going to include ABS, RDRS, security, cruise control, and premier radio. And much like the other models where they offer two different colors, we have the chrome finish and the black finish. And Vivid Black is going to be your base, of course. However, if you want a fancy optional color, there are two. Mineral Green Metallic for an additional $700, and Gauntlet Gray Metallic with Vivid Black for $1,300. And again, this is based on the chrome finish. Now, moving on to the black finish, for that base model Vivid Black, $2,400, which again is really not that bad because you have to consider how much more bike you are actually getting in the Limited compared to the other models. So second option, which is the first of the secondary colors, is Gunship Gray, which is going to cost you an additional $3,100. Yes, I'm sure you figured this out by now. It's getting pretty consistent. My favorite color, one of my favorite colors, Reef Blue and Vivid Black, is the final color option for $3,700. And again, I love a blacked out bike. I love blue, so this is my favorite color combination. Now, the transmission dipstick has been changed, cast zinc over to the composite material, and other than that, that's pretty much it. Now, again, if you guys are interested in the Street Glide has the Batwing fairing. If you're interested in the Road Glide, it has that fairing where it is fixed, so it does not move when you turn the handlebars. If you guys want something where it does move with you, be sure to check out the Street Glide, which I have mentioned previously. So, hopefully this information helps you guys out. Try to narrow down your options a little bit. And that concludes the Grand American Touring lineup. This is not going to include CVOs because they haven't been released at the time of me recording this. However, they are in their own different section, even if they are touring models, so that's why they're not included in this video. But that is it. I'm very winded. It's a very long video. So hopefully you guys appreciate me kind of trying to condense this as much as possible for you. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button so that I know that it's working. Again, leave any comments down below. And as usual, be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on future videos on the channel. And I will catch you guys in the next one.